everyone, welcome back to another episode of Two Random Girls. My name is Chelsea.
I'm Angelica.
And together we're
Two Random Girls. Today we're going to be talking about a trending topic. I don't know when it came out, but I feel like it's been a while ago, no?
I feel like it's been a while because I think I did hear like a lot of conversations about it, but maybe like 2 months, maybe I feel like.
Okay. And I do know it was recorded last year, so it's been a year since then.
Okay, recorded or posted?
Recorded.
Okay, so then probably 2025 I feel like it came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so because I've been seeing it all over TikTok, but drum roll please. We're going to be talking about Temptation Island. So me and Chelsea literally binge watched it for you guys. Chelsea did tell me to watch it because she was like, it's very juicy and a lot of trending topics. So we're gonna go into our feelings, and we're just gonna assume everybody that watched this video already watched it, because in our Love Island videos we did a lot of like history and like explaining everything. So right now we're just gonna do our feelings. Okay, so I don't know how you have your notes set up. It's just like
you set up.
Mine is like in order because I was watching it in order. I mean, since I was watching it knowing we were going to talk about it, it's like it goes in order of like.
I think mine's in order too because I also took the notes in order, but
okay.
I don't have any notes for the beginning. I will say, but the first thought I thought was these people have no respect for themselves. What do you mean? Since the beginning, because everyone was like, "Oh, I dated him for 1 month and then he cheated on me." What do you mean? In your 1 month relationship, your boyfriend cheated on you, and then you stayed with him.
That was
like two
Taylor
of them.
and Tyler.
No, it was Grant and
Ashley.
Yeah. I was like, Ashley, come on now.
Ashley's so pretty.
She's so pretty. That's why I was like, I don't understand. Like I questioned her. I said, what do you mean? And then your relationship, and I also thought it was so crazy that these people have been in a relationship for at least Ashley and Shontae. 1.5 years for Ashley, 1 year for Shontae. Shontae the worst one. Bro. But 1.5 years for Ashley. Why are you on this place?
Yeah.
If you guys maybe 3.5 years like Lino and
damn, what's her name? Alexa.
Damn, they got a lot of A's here.
Yeah.
But 2 A's, but like maybe them I'm like, okay, like that makes more sense. Maybe even Ash
2.5 years,
yeah, maybe even that.
Oh, but you think the longer the better to test
I feel like maybe longer better. I just think if you need to come on that show to like find out about your relationship, to even test your relationship. Yeah. I think it's even crazy that you have to test your relationship to see if your partner's gonna cheat.
So you wouldn't go on there?
No, I think the concept in itself is flawed. If you ever think that you need to go on there, you're in the wrong relationship. Just generally, you are in the wrong relationship. Period. I don't think you should ever be with somebody and you're like, you know what? Even like testing people, like when they do text a girl and be like, hey, can you text him?
Yeah.
I think it's bad. I think like if you ever feel that, you feel that for a reason. You don't trust your partner and you think they're slimy and they'll cheat on you. And even if you think someone's gonna cheat on you, get out that relationship. Unless unless it's you who's like super insecure.
Unless it's you that's gonna cheat on them.
No. No, but I mean like unless you're like super insecure and like, you know.
Yeah.
And maybe some people are, maybe a lot of people are. But I also think that a lot of people, they are with dogs and they know it.
Yeah. But I'm not gonna lie, like I don't know, I would be down to go on there. But I think like it might be like not an insecurity, but in me just not trusting men at all. Like I don't think it matters who I'm with. I just don't trust like to the fullness of it. Like I don't know, like I would want to go on there to be like, yeah, now I trust them 100%. Like I was gonna say in the first episode, some things that I noted down was that already red flag with Brian.
Me too.
When he was like I gave her financial advice and the same night she ended up in my bedroom. I said like, okay. Because
is that good?
Yeah, because first of all, if I was Shontae, I would have been like, that's mad disrespectful for you to say out on live television that I effed you the same night, or that I let you F me the same night. Not saying like it's bad to F somebody on the same night, but I think it's a little like he was saying it like, yeah, like
Yeah, to
she's
pick
easy.
himself
Like
up.
I don't
think he was saying it to to make her seem easy. I think he was just saying it to make him seem like amazing.
Yeah, but I would have been like,
either way, it was like, yeah, it was not classy.
And all his comments about her not being sexual.
Oh my god, this is literally what I said. I said Brian is just a sex addict. He's just a sex addict. Because he's acting like Shontae's like abstinent or something. Like they have no sets at all. Like they never have sets. And I was like, nigga, what do you mean? You fuck whole friend groups? Why are you saying like that like it's normal? Because he literally said to that girl, Alexis, the girl that was one of the Temptation girls. He told her this was like the first time.
Amiah.
No, not Amiah. I think she's Asian, long black.
Oh,
the one of the girls.
Alexa.
Yeah.
Alexis, I think. Yeah.
Alexis. Yeah. He told her that that he was like, oh yeah, I've effed whole friend groups before. Like, so this is like being in this relationship is like different for me or whatever. And then I was like, why is he saying these things like it's normal? How do you go out of your way to have sex with a whole entire friend group? That is a disease.
That's disturbing.
It's a disease. That's not.
But that's
normal.
what I'm saying. So I do have a question about that. He did have a threesome before, right?
He's had threesomes before, yeah.
Okay,
That's
where I was confused because I was like, did he just get it out of his system? But if he's had it before, what was he getting out? I won't even get.
What he was getting out of his system was the belief that he needs them, that he needs to have like a bunch of crazy sets to be happy.
But
in
he
a
already had it, so what belief? He already knew, like
I guess what he says like in the end happened is that he did it, but it didn't give him any like satisfaction. Like he realized that he's like, you know what? Like I actually don't need this anymore. I don't need. He probably thought he was still the same guy who like needs threesomes, and I honestly even to just needs threesomes, bro. Like I just think it sounds crazy. What do you mean you need a threesome? Nobody on this earth needs a threesome. You need water, you need food, but you don't need a threesome. Like what the heck? It's not a need.
No, at all.
And if it's a need, go check yourself into rehab because you're an addict. You're an addict, and he's definitely an addict, and he's acting like it's normal. You got an addict in your bed, Shontae.
But he did at the end say, "I'm gonna go to therapy."
Yeah, he needs to go to rehab because he actually has a sex addiction.
No, yeah, he does. Brian saying, "I don't care how fat their ass is." Like what? Immediately bye. What do you mean? I don't care how fat their ass is. Why are you even looking? That means you looked at their ass.
No, for real.
What? Like he said that, and he said it like he was doing something.
And not only that, he said, "I love asses.
I love that's my thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't care how fat they're." What?
No, that was crazy.
He's insane.
No, I'm not gonna lie. From the beginning, I was like, bro, this man is way too cocky. I'm not gonna lie. He's a handsome man, but I was like, he's way too cocky.
He's a handsome man, and
I didn't want to give it to him. I'm not gonna lie.
Obviously, we don't want to give it to him. That man's evil. But then also, like, he got the prettiest girls in the Temptation Island. I'll admit. Shontae is pretty, but I think it was like a difference. But I don't think that difference accepted the threesome.
What do you mean?
I think Brian is more attractive than her.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I think that is true, but I don't think that's for her to be like, well, I'm going to stick it out because he's hot, you know? Like,
oh, okay. I see what you mean.
Yeah. But also, sorry, apparently I had a lot of notes on the first episode.
Oh, yeah.
I also did not like how Shontae kept making an ill face anytime a guy gave her a bracelet or anytime anytime her my Temptation guy gave her a bracelet, she always made like this
really? I didn't
this
even
cuss
notice.
face. But then Brian was like
but honestly, Brian was right. I mean, maybe he shouldn't have been smiley diggly, whatever. But she, I feel like it's better for him to be smiling than for her to be making a disgust face. Why are you here?
That's what I'm saying.
You're not supposed to be like.
That's why she was making me mad.
Okay.
Like, and especially if I turn to the right, my boyfriend happy as hell to get those bracelets, I'm gonna be like, give it to me, baby.
Yeah.
But she over here like still trying to be loyal when you see your man's happy.
That's what I'm not gonna lie. She made me so mad because like, are you loyal or are you stupid? Because there are two different things. There are two different things.
Hussey was so hot, bro.
Like I really didn't understand her. I didn't understand her at all. She was making me so angry. She made me angry throughout the whole entire show.
Yeah, like she made me really mad. Like she was just acting really stupid. We'll get to her after.
I got a lot to say about her.
Yeah.
So And this is like towards like when they start talking to the people and everything in their place. Grant was making me so mad. I was like, boy, you are literally just a cheater. He was always gonna cheat, and he made me so mad because he kept trying to be sexy and he kept asking Natalie stupid questions. Like Natalie would be like, "Oh, remember your boundaries," and he said, "Why?" I was like, "What do you mean, why?" She said, and then she was like, "Oh, she said you're tempting me right now." He's gonna say, "Why?" I said, "Are you super why? What the fuck? Say something else." No, because I was like, nigga, what are you doing?
Super wise funny, bro.
No, because he made me so mad. He just kept asking why like a child. And I'm like, he literally was trying to be so sexy. Like it was that night,
when they were against the wall?
Against the wall was like the night vision and everything. He was just asking so stupid questions. I'm like, does he not know how to flirt? Like what's going on?
I'm not gonna lie, it did it for me. Like if I'm
just the why?
It's like, explain it to me, like, why? What am I doing? Like, I feel like I understood it.
I didn't like it.
Like, I saw that and I was like, yep, that's how men flirt.
Maybe really, and then get closer to her, maybe that would be like, okay, but why? What do you mean? If I'm saying you're tempting me, why are you asking me why? I should be asking you, why are you tempting me right now?
Or how?
Maybe even how, like how? Really, like how, like just why was the wrong
what
question?
Am I doing?
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you're right. Why?
I think in the moment I was just like, oh, well, he doing something. I didn't really think about what questions he was
what
asking.
The words
yeah, it was a word. Yeah, I was just hearing something.
You're reading the atmosphere.
Yeah, but literally, and she was feeling it. Natalie with her.
Oh my god,
bro. I got to the last episode. It was when they went to the hotel.
Yeah, she was like, I was like, why is she staring at him like that? It was creepy.
She was staring at him weird. I'm gonna try to take a screenshot and put it here.
Oh my god, it killed me.
But I feel like in the same time, I also put Taylor was real about how competing to be enough, because she kept saying how she kept feeling like she continuously tried to compete with herself to be enough for a man, blah blah blah, and how she's doing all this, and then the first thing he goes is call
that girl dear.
Yeah,
I did.
Thank you, dear. I think that's what he said.
Was it
It
Kay?
was Kay.
That's crazy. From the moment he saw her,
and she knew from the moment she knew, and he told her, he was like the girl in the little picnic. And then I also don't understand. I didn't write this down, but I don't really understand, or I didn't really like how he was like, nobody knows who I'm gonna pick. It's gonna be like the most she thinks she knows me so well because with the blondes, and then he goes and picks Courtney, and everyone was like, oh, and I'm like, okay. And then he ends up with
Taylor.
Yeah, it was Tyler.
It was Tyler with oh no, he's actually so funny for that. He definitely did that to spite her.
You think so?
To spite her because that's something he kept saying to her all the time, even in the end.
You don't know me. You don't know me.
And the bonfire, he said, you think you know me so well, but you don't.
And I'm like, she obviously does. She knew who you're. She really did. And she said, I don't know. I thought it was between one of those two blondes. He likes blondes, and he does like blondes. And blondes. I love that she said, when he said in the first choosing, he was like, oh, I like the girl in the little picnic thing, and she was like, I could just tell that hair is fake from a mile away. And it is fake. And one of the sleepovers, she got a mile long hair, and her hair was up to here. Her real hair.
Really? Kay's hair is extensions?
Girl. Oh, I could tell that from a mile away to my Taylor sister.
Really?
I love Taylor.
Oh, I told you were gonna love her.
Yeah.
I love her, bro. I was so happy when I started seeing her like open up with
Yasim, Mr. Yemen.
Mr. Yemen.
Uh-huh.
Mr. Ye. I love seeing her when he was rubbing her hair and they were just laying on the couch and he was just like petting her.
I just love her because I feel like she was the only one that actually grew in this.
I actually think she grew.
Ashley, I think did something.
Ashley just needs to wake up. Like, you know what I mean?
Ashley was the baddest girl in that villa.
Yeah.
And she was crying over this man. Oh my God, Logan was a sexy man, but she chose Danny, another sexy man. I'm not mad at her for that. But apparently she got back together with Grant. She tried to work things out with Grant. That's why I'm like, she didn't stand on business for real enough for me.
Dang.
But
I'm not gonna lie, I did
up.
feel bad for Grant at the end. But Grant makes me so mad because he just seems like he doesn't. Well, the reason I feel bad for him is because I just don't think he knows himself. Like, I feel like he he really believes he has like a really like I didn't feel bad for him in a
No, that man's sick in the head.
I pitied him basically because I'm like, bro, not all of this is your own fault. Literally, it made me so mad because what I kept on saying was that they're all so hypocritical on these at these bonfires. They act like those people's actions are not reactions, like they can't see what they're doing. All the girls, they reacted to what the boys already did. Like that's why they were talking how they were talking, how they were talking bad about him. If I'm seeing my boyfriend the first day you're folding, you think I'm not gonna call you out your name? I'm sorry, I don't know if that's a bad thing, but if you're folding in front of me with other girls, basically cheating on me, breaking our boundaries that we set not even a day ago, I'm gonna be like, you got bitch tendencies because you obviously do.
I'm not gonna lie, that was a little bit crazy though.
He obviously got bitch. I agreed. I was literally cooking.
But that was
I said, girl, yeah, you're right.
That wasn't
that man
after.
A bitch.
Was it after the first bonfire? I think it was before the first bonfire. Because that's what they showed him, the first bonfire. That's why I thought it was a little crazy, because I was like, damn, girl.
Are you sure? Because I remember her seeing that and then going back and telling that guy on the coach, was it Cody or whatever?
I don't. Brian was alone saying hot take, Loki. I think he would have been. I don't know. Here I have bitch tendencies was a little insane, and my hot take is low key. I think he would have maybe been loyal if he didn't hear that.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, maybe you're right.
I'm not sure really, but if it was in the first bonfire, I do stand by that. I do think he was gonna be more loyal.
Because he definitely was very hurt after he heard the bitch tendencies.
He was very hurt, and as a man, I feel like I would be too. I just feel like calling a man a bitch is crazy.
Yeah.
To begin with, but I also think, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I know he cheated. I know he chose K, but out of all of them, aside from Lino, I think he was the most respectful one.
He did like really not have
he didn't have sex.
Yeah, he didn't.
And like I know he said that to her, and Taylor was like, whatever. Like I agree, like whatever. But at the end of the day, it did count for something. Like he was like, I wasn't gonna let sexual relationships like affect my decision right now. And I do agree with it. And in all the bonfires after, when he would see her, when he saw her kiss Yaman, he didn't get mad. He felt like happy for her, because he was like, I mean, like, I'm happy, like obviously I've done things, like I'm not gonna be mad. But then Grant's crying when he saw Ashley kiss Danny.
Grant made me so, he was literally the most hypocritical guy ever. You literally was clapping cheeks in the shower and you're literally bawling your eyes out because she kissed another man.
A kiss, and he was like, that's obviously hard to see,
like, bro.
But then you would go back and another time.
He was actually crazy, and he has no excuse. There was nothing that Ashley did, even, like, okay, I guess she was like, oh, like, a relationship is over or whatever, but
that was after she saw him effing that girl. He was the first one that effed up.
Mm-hmm. And it was so crazy, because Natalie said, they got, like, night vision in here. He was
and
like,
then you could see his whole butt cheek.
Like, he didn't care. That's what I'm saying. I feel like sometimes these men are sick. Like, because you can't be crying later. Why weren't you crying then?
Yeah.
Why wasn't there never a thought in your head? Are you like a robot? Do you become possessed?
That's what she said. Was I a thought in your mind? Because at the end he was like, I was always thinking about you.
That's what made me mad. He kept saying, you informed my every decision over there.
And I'm like, glad she said it. She said, so you were thinking about me when you were clapping those cheeks?
Bro, he made me so mad, because he kept saying that. He was like, I did nothing for me over there. I did everything for you. Every decision I made was for you. I wasn't thinking about myself while he was crying. I'm like, this man is crazy.
Insane.
He's actually insane in the membrane. Because what do you mean you did everything for me? What was it, like the second night? You were in that shower going crazy. You did that for me, huh? Bro. Like, that was for me. I asked you to do that. I begged you to do that. Like, what the heck? He had the nerve to say, oh, I did this for you. Like, everything. I had to start making decisions for myself now.
No. And, what's it called? Well, I'm at the point where they already kicked the girl and boy out.
Okay.
So, my thought was about Mia and how she killed me when she left, because she was like, what they are looking for is not me. Like, no, the girl. They chose you to leave. And she got so butthurt, like, girls seek therapy.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch the Mia scene. I just fast forwarded through it because she was making me. I felt secondhand embarrassment. This is Temptation Island. Why are you crying like this is like, I don't know, The Bachelor?
Yeah.
She thought she was on The Bachelor. Girl, you're in the wrong show.
And my thing is that you're not even a girlfriend. What were you?
I really don't understand.
You were there to steal them from their girlfriends. Like, from the beginning, what were you expecting from this?
This is not a place you're gonna find love. If you want a boyfriend, girl, download the dating app.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, girl, get in the streets. Like, go somewhere.
It was giving a little scary. She got so mad at Lino for not picking her for the date, and I'm like,
yeah, I didn't understand.
I think she just wanted, and I don't know, I think she just wanted fame.
I think she was maybe like insecure, like an insecure girl, because she did say she was like, "Oh, I'm always the friend." Like,
yeah.
So maybe she just had like some insecurities, but I'm just like,
this just made it worse. All the guys stared at her like, even Rebel was like, Mark was like, "Oh, all right, well." Like, that was so weird.
I didn't know. Like, fast forwarded through. That's so funny.
No, and it's killing me, Chelsea, because she was like, literally like, okay, you know what? I don't even want to be here. Like, I'm not. What'd she say? I'm not the girl you guys are looking for. I'm not gonna stay here. And she left, and I'm like, girl, they kicked you out. What weren't you getting? Like, obviously, you were not the girl they were looking for.
Yeah. No, I couldn't watch that.
Like, Rebel was just like, yeah, I saw it coming. I wasn't talking to anyone. She was so pretty. But I'm like, yeah, like, what was she expecting out of this? She had me laughing.
No, I couldn't. Once I saw those tears welling up in her eyes, I was like, let me fast forward. I know she about to act a fool. And I was right.
Yeah, she did.
So, okay. So my thing was, I thought Brian was the best one until he wasn't. I'm not gonna lie, I did. I was thinking, I was like, bro, Brian's really, he's just talking to people. He's like, you know, I mean, obviously he's talking about his past and what he did or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, he's actually acting much better than the other boys. I actually thought that until he wasn't. Then I said,
better than Lino? Lino,
yeah. I wholeheartedly believe, given the opportunity, Lino would have done a whole lot of something.
I see people on TikTok say this, and I don't know. I love
you
that man.
You didn't see the way he was fiending for Alexis? Like, it was later in the episodes when they were at that club or whatever. He's like, somebody gonna have to put me in that bed before I do something. Like, he kept trying so hard, and it kept killing me when he's like, oh, you know, we both were attracted to each other. I'm like, she definitely is attracted to Brian.
Yeah.
Like, she really wasn't really on him like that. She wasn't. And he kept on acting like they were. I don't know if like it's something that we didn't see. Like, you know, they edited it out, but it was not giving what he was trying to make it seem like it was giving.
I agree with that, but then again, I'm like, he's the only couple that didn't have rules. Like, he could have done things like, you know, like they didn't have any physical rules.
Somebody, well, I want to do something with you for you to do something.
No, I understand that, but he could have been more like chasing her.
I definitely think he chased her.
Well, he didn't do it enough. Like, he could have been on, like, come on, like, da-da-da. And I feel like he really...
Well, that's harassment. Yeah. He gave her enough. Like, if she wanted it, she could have got him. And she didn't want him.
Yeah, I feel like, obviously, she didn't want him. Like, but also, I think this is where we could talk about it. That I had the change, like, the dynamic change of, like, gender roles. I feel like it played such a big part in here. Because, like, the girls... house and the boys' house, like,
oh my god, so different.
Like, the girls, the temptation girls threw themselves at these guys, and it was more like wearing PJs, being sexual, like, look at me, I'm over here, look at me. But the boys was like sweet, friendly, I'm here for you, da da da. They weren't gonna be like sex, because the girls are run. Like, our feelings are run by emotion, and the guys, like, temptations, are run by just sexual arousal.
Yeah. Bro, you're right. Every single time that they came back from the bonfire, and the girls, like, they showed the different houses, I'm like, bro, those boys are, like, living some people's dreams. It's just a bunch of girls in skimpy dresses running to them, like, and with shots. Like,
in the lingerie, Alexa was wearing a thong.
Yeah.
I looked at the screen, I said a double take, because I'm like, everyone's wearing short PJs. Why are there some girls in thongs?
Yeah. I'm telling you, I was like, Jesus Christ. Then they just threw themselves at them every single time they came back home. And then the boys, they'll be like, hey, da, da, da. I'm not gonna lie, it was giving Love Island Casa Amor, because I kept on saying, literally, even in Love Island, the boys are always more interesting than the girls. The girls are always just sitting around crying.
Yeah.
Always sitting around crying
That's
about their
true.
boyfriends. That's something that never changes. And I'm like, you know what? For next time, how about you guys change your life? Know for sure your man was over there acting up. I'm letting you know right now. Every single man that is on there, they were definitely acting up. So you better act up too. That's all I'm saying.
Bro,
give me some TV.
That's what I'm saying.
They were making me mad. I'm like, bro, I'm letting you guys know right now. I'm like, yeah, okay, you respect yourself, but this is not the show to respect yourself. You want to respect yourself? Go on Love is Blind. Do not come onto Temptation Island and then like just cry.
I'm not gonna lie. The one that made me the most mad was obviously Shontae.
Shontae made me so angry.
Alexa, like, I know people hate Lino, but I don't know. I
love
like
Alexa.
him. I like him and I like Alexa. I feel like
I don't like Lino, but I like Alexa.
Okay. I feel like she trusted him and I low-key trust him. He didn't do nothing.
I'm letting you know right now, just because he did nothing doesn't mean that he didn't want to do nothing. And sometimes that's just as bad as doing something.
No, I agree with that, but I also think that as soon as he saw the video of Alexa, he really was like,
yeah,
what
and
am
that's
I doing?
fair.
This is my girl.
I feel like that's probably, they probably all would have done that. But after they did something, just like Brian.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But I feel like for him, like, I don't know, or maybe no girl was giving him the attention. Like, I think low-key for the next seasons, they have to make girls do what they did to all of them. Because I'm not going to lie, like, Natalie, Kay, Alexis, and the other girl, Courtney, were, like, literally, like, come on, like...
Oh, my God, you're right. Alexis and Courtney, they literally just went into the bathroom
and they plotted. They said, we're going to make this plot, and we're going to go into his room, and, like... And I'm like, maybe if they would have done that to Lino, maybe he would have gave in. But they weren't giving that to Lino, so...
But I think it's probably because, like, if they force those girls to want to be with him, then it's just prostitution.
That's true.
They have to want to. I don't think they could just make the girls.
But I'm not gonna lie, out of the boys, Lino to me was the hottest.
Really?
I really thought he was
just
because
he has a baby face. I
think maybe.
Yeah.
But like to me, he was cute, and I'm like, I just don't think it's really Temptation Island for all the boys if they're not all getting tempted.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not gonna lie, they all got tempted by the same thing, by sexual things, but some more than others. Like,
yeah,
Brian, he gave in way too easy. I'm not gonna lie.
Really? I'm not gonna lie. That's why I didn't think Brian was giving in easy. That's why I said at one point he wasn't in
the beginning.
But I'm saying he was the best one until he wasn't.
I'm saying just because two girls are in your bathroom
naked,
okay, maybe for a guy that's like, you know.
Next note, after I said, oh, I thought Brian was the best one, was, oh, I hate Brian. What the F? He's the worst man on this show. He acted like he was doing something. And I also said, somebody gotta watch Shontae. They're gonna have to put her on watch, bro. Yeah. Once I saw that happen, I was like, nah, they're gonna have to put her on watch.
Oh, we were talking about how he was like, his temptation was like big, like two girls in the bathroom naked.
And they were really hot. They were
really hot girls. I mean, I understand that, but just because I got two really hot men in my bathroom naked, well,
yeah, that doesn't mean anything.
Like, it could be Dylan or Brian.
But I do think that he obviously really wanted to have a threesome. Like, going in, he kept on asking Shontae to have a threesome. Yeah. So, like, I think that was literally the perfect combination. And maybe he was even drunk a little. I obviously do think that sometimes I think, are men possessed? Like, are they... I know this might be going to, like, crazy territory, but I'm like, is lust a demon? It has to be. It could be. Because you will literally throw away your whole life. It's the same thing that we talked about before, how men will be homeless, living with a woman who would do anything for them, who's paying all their bills, who's letting them drive their car, and they would still cheat, risk their house, risk becoming homeless, their stability, just to have sex with somebody. 20 minutes max, maybe.
On the street.
Literally. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like low-key, these men are possessed. Like, you have to be, honestly, when they see something that they want or whatever, they turn their brains off. I think
it's also like him being like, damn, I'm a man. There's two naked girls in the bathroom trying to get some from me. I gotta provide.
I think also because exactly what he said after. He's like, I don't regret it. I don't regret. That was making me so mad at all. And Shontae really should have some more respect for herself. She thinks she respects herself because she don't.
She don't love
he
herself.
Literally said, she's gonna forgive me. Like, it's not, she's a good woman. And I said, bro, literally, when a man calls you a good woman, just head out. Pack your bags, because he's gonna dog you. He thinks you're a stupid bitch. That's actually the rule.
She's a good woman.
It's literally, being a good woman is synonymous with being a stupid bitch. I swear. And I'm sorry if I'm calling women bad words, but somebody gotta wake you up.
No, somebody gotta wake you up.
If a man calls you a good woman, bro, get out of there.
I hope my boyfriend says, I just had a threesome. No worries, she's gonna forgive me.
She's a good woman. Everyone deserves a woman like her. Bro, everyone, he kept saying, everyone deserves a good woman like her.
I don't deserve this. No, but you know what made me mad is that he had the threesome. I didn't regret it. Didn't regret it until he saw the video of her crying.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I hurt her. What did you think?
He literally kept saying, I don't regret it. I don't regret it. I did nothing. I needed this. I needed to see this. I don't want it. She'll understand.
She likes honesty. Women like honesty.
Women appreciate honesty, bro. Just hearing him saying I would forgive him, even if I even had the stupid little thought in my head saying forgive him, that would literally take that thought, erase that thought completely away in that moment. What do you mean? You're sitting there and telling live television, letting everybody know that I'm stupid. Even if I'm gonna forgive you behind closed doors, don't advertise that. First of all, I would never forgive no one for doing that shit. That's insane.
And the thing that I jumped on Instagram today, and she over there in his pictures, Instagram, they're
together.
They're together still for 3 years now.
Oh wow.
Because they were together 1 year.
That also what made me really mad too in the beginning was when she said that he left her for someone else and then came back to her. So I said, so you're stupid in all fashion, like. What do you mean? Like, that's what I was mad at everybody. They all did really bad. I'm like, they all should have never been together. First of all, he cheated on Ashley. He cheated on you in 1 month. 1 month he cheats on you? Girl, why would you think he would stay loyal to you ever again?
Yeah.
If he can't stay single, that's the first month. You know what I mean?
First month.
The first month. He was just single. He just slept with other girls before you.
And Lino, him with Alexa, him being like, she was exclusive with 2 other guys at the same time. Exclusivity, like,
they were not dating.
Been there, done that, bro. Like, what? Sue me, like, we're exclusive. But I'm like, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, maybe I haven't been there and done it, but honestly, I don't think it's such a crime.
I don't think it was as bad as any of the other things.
Cheating, if you cheat on me and we're dating, that's bad. But if we're exclusive, like, it's a little bad, but then also, like,
yeah, you didn't say you're not in a relationship yet. You're literally just exclusively dating.
Like, I mean
she lied to him.
Yeah,
that's the
like,
worst
it would
thing.
hurt if that happened to me, but I also feel like I would be like, whatever, we were still talking at the end of the day. Like,
I think the worst thing is the lying. Because, like, it's under false pretenses. You can't, like, we agree that we're going to only see each other exclusively and you're still seeing other people.
Yeah.
It's the lying. I don't think it's the seeing other people that's wrong. You could still see other people, just tell us I'm not ready to be exclusive.
Especially if she brought it up, then I would have been like, you know, that's weird.
But Shontae, for him to leave you, and you guys were already dating. They were already dating. He left you while you guys are dating to go with someone else. And then he came back to you and you accepted him. And then he had a threesome on live television and he came back and you accepted him. You have literally wrote your story out with this man. You have let him get away with horrible, horrible things. And he knows that you're going to accept him no matter what. Because if you could accept him after a threesome on live television, you will accept him with anything. What else? What's worse?
The girls were all clocking her.
Bro, everybody was clocking her. The boys were clocking her. Mark was clocking her.
I have so many. Bro, Mark was looking at her like, you stupid as...
Mark was trying so hard to not, like, be, like, pushy, but to, like, try and wake this girl up. But she wouldn't wake up. She kept on trying to make it seem like what she was doing was smart. Yeah. Saying, I just want to wait and see and be calm.
Can I get a second?
She knows exactly what she was going to do.
Even her.
She never even cried.
Alexa was like, I don't know if she's putting up front, but I would be devastated if I saw that. She was like,
she knew. She was like, there's nothing this man could do that will make me leave him. And then I said something like really profound, I feel like. I was Shontae needs to wake up. She's more worried about talking about him and embarrassing him than she is about her being embarrassed. Like, girl, it's embarrassing that it's been 1 year and you have let this nigga dog you both in private and to the world. Like, stand up. This is sad for you that you so clearly love him more than you love yourself. And it hasn't even been like a decade of marriage. It's been a year. And within that year, he left you for someone else and then came back. Like, how strong is this love that you can't find a kinder, more respectful one in someone else? How strong is that love, girl?
It's not even love. It's delusion.
It's delusion, you know what, it's obsession.
I think maybe she has some trauma. She definitely has some trauma in her life.
She doesn't think she's worth it,
I think she also sees maybe the attractiveness.
There's just no way that she's that hung up on him being hot that she will let him dog. Like, bro,
but that's what I'm saying.
Even Dylan O'Brien, I feel like you started dating Dylan O'Brien, you wouldn't let him dog you like this.
No, I wouldn't. But that's what I'm saying, because I have self-worth.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think she knows her worth. And she kept saying that, like, I respect myself. I love myself. I know my worth. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
And you're lying to yourself.
And she's like, nope, like, he'll never find a girl like me. Stupid and delusional? Yeah, maybe he won't.
Literally, that's actually true. You're right. That's what separates you from other women, that you're stupid and you're delusional. And I'm sorry, like, I don't know, like, I know people are gonna be like, oh, you don't know this girl. Like, don't be sitting out on the internet talking about her this way. I'm worried for you. No, generally, because it's been 1 year. What I said really stands. It hasn't been, even women who have been married to somebody for 10 years, 20 years, and they cheat on them. One
person.
I get mad. I'm like, you should leave him. You should leave him if he cheats on you at all.
Leave. Some of them,
and they do.
They leave.
I get mad when they're married, their husband cheats on them and they still stay. I get mad. I'm like, you don't deserve this. But for you to not be able to leave him after 1 year, and he already did you wrong before. You let him do you wrong a second time. What third time are you waiting for?
You got no babies tying you down. Nothing.
And she was like, we're thinking about getting married next year. It's been 1 year.
And she's like, I look so stupid wearing his earrings and his necklace. You do. But she still continues to do it. Like, all the girls are looking at her like, what?
And she made me so mad because she thought she was better than the other girl. She's like, I don't want to sit around here and talk bad about him. Like, I don't want to embarrass him. He didn't give a about embarrassing you. He really didn't.
And then at the end, she's like, but you embarrassed me. Remember, she said that? Like, girl, what?
You embarrassed yourself. You embarrassed yourself way more than he could have embarrassed you. You embarrassed yourself because you did not stand up for yourself. You didn't even stand up to say, at first she said she's going to leave this island by herself. Mm-hmm. Maybe I could have had respect for her then. Literally. But then she literally came back, cried, doubled back, and said, okay, well, I guess we could leave with each other. She couldn't even let him hug her. You saw the way he was hugging her. She wasn't even in there. It's like she's being controlled by something. I don't understand. No, are you a puppet? Is he puppeteering you?
That pissed me off because she didn't even say no. Like, I loved how Ashley
and Taylor
said no. Even though Ashley hugged him at the end, pissed me off a little bit, but I said whatever.
Lie. I understood why Ashley, I think they actually had a good conversation.
Yeah, they had a good conversation. But that man stepped in, she said, girl.
She was like, you look beautiful. She said, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And with her super fucking voice, I hated her voice because she tried to be like, oh, thank you. But then she was over here being stupid all the damn time. And then when she's like, Mark, can I have a second?
Bro,
what was that second for? You knew.
Even the producer, every single person wanted to slap her in her face double, triple, freaking quadruple times and tell her, girl, if you leave this place with this man, you will never find love in your life because you let everybody know in this world, you let every mean man, every cheater man in the world know what you stand for.
No, they know what you want. No, there's women
They know how to treat you. Now you let everybody know how to treat you. You let them know that they could cheat on you. They could talk bad about you. They could say you're stupid because that's basically what he said. When he said, I could do it, and he said, I could do whatever I want and she will forgive me.
And there is a part, this is after what I had written, but I love the part where Amiah, Amiah's also so cute, intelligent, and everything.
I love her.
Because Brian saying she's acting like a 5-year-old was insane when they were in bed talking. And he said she was acting like a 5-year-old because she didn't want to hear how much it hurts Shontae when he puts it in. Mind you, she didn't want to hear, I'll say it again, guys. She didn't want to hear how much it hurts his current girlfriend when he puts his dingling in her. She said, I'm uncomfortable. If we're going to have this conversation, let's have it off the bed. Like, I'm uncomfortable. And he said, people are weird. She's acting like a 5-year-old.
That's what I said. This man might be a predator. That's when I literally said to myself, was like, what is actually wrong with him? Is he insane? Because what do you mean? Who would literally want to sit around with you in the dark on the bed talking about this? And why are you so mad that she feels uncomfortable? If she feels uncomfortable, suck it up. I think he's just so prideful that it made him feel like I don't know what he thought was gonna happen. He's like, he thinks it's a Temptation Island, that these girls are just here to, like, you know, talk about whatever he wants. Like, there's some dolls or puppets or whatever. Because that's what the girls kept saying. I'm here to support you in your journey, no matter how that looks like or whatever. So he thought they were there for anything. But, like, she is a human being. If she doesn't want to sit there and listen to you talk about this, she doesn't have to. And you can't be mad at her for that.
And she still, sweet angel that she is, she still was like, I mean, I'm down to hear you, but not here. Like,
yeah, she was setting a boundary. Obviously, this man doesn't believe in boundaries because he crossed every boundary he could on that
every
show.
boundary and everything he was saying. Like, first of all, why are you talking about your girlfriend and saying how much it hurt her?
Like, bro, no, he was really wrong in that show.
No, I didn't like that. And then I also liked, when they first introduced the Temptation Haven and how the red lights went off. Brian, when the red light went off, after he had the threesome, saying, it's an evil world we live in. Now he can't go to sleep.
Yeah.
What? You just fucked 2 girls in the bathroom. It's an evil world, and now you can't go to sleep?
Those things were clapping. I don't know if they added extra claps.
I wanted to know who it was.
I was like, what's going on?
I'm not gonna lie. I was like, why didn't they show that video first?
I said, damn, Brian. I was like, that's why I said that would be even worse for me to watch that. I was like, he was getting it in good. And we didn't even mention it when he was like, I like to watch before I indulge. Bro.
What does that even mean for real?
You know what that means.
No, and like them playing with themselves?
Yeah, he wants to see them. Yes. That's what that means.
And Grant, when he told the boys, Grant was like, bro, Grant was mad jealous, bro. And Leon also was like...
No, Leon was definitely jealous because of Alexis.
But he was also like, I think in shock. Because I'm not going to lie, I think Leon on the low is a good guy. He doesn't have that swagger that Brian has or the other guys, like the movement that they have. I think that's why he's like more of a nice guy, because he's like quiet and like he wasn't gonna get out there unless someone actually like was like, I think like boobs in your face, you know. So that's why I'm like, whatever. But he was also like fascinated and being like, how the f did this man pull threesome?
And not only that, he didn't even orchestrate it.
No,
I'm not gonna lie, that man has obviously game. He didn't even orchestrate it. He had 2 girls wanted so bad that they went and orchestrated. And those girls were down bad. They were like, oh, he could go on a date with somebody else, but guess who's waiting for him back home? We are. I was like...
And then he went and took Courtney out. Like, he didn't even choose Courtney.
No, he took...
Angel. And,
yeah, Amiah. Yeah.
But that one was like, I'm like crazy. But when he chose Angel, I really liked how Angel clocked him, saying, how are you Christian and wanting threesomes? Him lying to her about it just to get in her... Oh, and I didn't like how his responses were like, no, but and like, oh, he lied about him having a threesome. Because she said, when was the last threesome you have? And he said, I can't believe... I don't remember. And I'm like, he lied to her just to get into her pants. And this shows you guys what men are like in this society. They say anything to get into your pants. And then she said, oh, you're being honest to me, but you don't mind being honest to Shontae. And then he said, isn't that what girls want, Brian? Honesty? Or maybe you just know your girl won't mind. I don't really know what I meant by that. But I think, because he said he doesn't, he's not honest with Shontae sometimes about his feelings, And I said, isn't that what girls want? Because he said honesty, yeah. And then I said, or maybe you just know your girl won't mind this honest thing.
Yeah.
And I think it's true. He knows she's not gonna do nothing.
I think it's true too. I think that I really liked what Angel was saying too, because they really shed a light on him. Because I was like, bro, I didn't think this man was a Christian. When he said, a good Christian woman, I said, what? I said, what? I was like, nah, there's no way. Where is this Christian woman coming from? If a Christian woman stood there, standing next to you, knowing what you are, knowing what you continue to do, she ain't a Christian woman.
Yeah. No, she's just a stupid woman.
She's a stupid woman.
And also him saying one-on-one, he said, and I quote, one-on-one is worse than a threesome. If I had sex with just Courtney, it would have been worse than the threesome.
Okay. I don't agree. I definitely think that if he had sex with just one girl, I think the reason that he became the worst one was because he had a threesome.
Yeah.
Because Grant had sex with that other girl.
Yeah.
It was definitely the threesome that brought him all the way up there. I'm like, that's insane.
Insane.
I think he was trying to say like, oh, it's an emotional thing. If he only has sex with her, it's like he likes her or whatever.
And I think it was like Loki, if he wants to play that card, he really did not like them.
No, he didn't like them at all.
He didn't like them. It was just
they definitely chased him. Like he really didn't.
He was acting good, and I'm not gonna lie.
He was the best
because I watched that already knowing he had the threesome, so I was like, wow, this is crazy. Because the whole time he really wasn't doing nothing.
He wasn't.
It was just girls are crazy, but it's not even girls are crazy. A man, just because you got a dick doesn't mean that you gotta use it.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, just because there's two naked guys in my room, that does not mean I'm gonna go and be like, it's time, baby.
Yeah, bust it open. Like, no.
Like, bust it open.
I said you won't bust it open. Like, you know what I mean?
I won't. I was like, hold up, what do you think I do?
No, I was like, you're not gonna bust it open. Like,
yeah, like, that's insane.
I did have also a thought. I said, Grant is a joke. What the F? No way he sent that video. Not one apology in the video. Just saying that he forgives her. True manipulator. Felt bad for him when he didn't get a message though. But I think he hurt himself by lacking accountability. You did this. If you behaved better, you wouldn't have lost your girl. And that's actually true.
And another thing about that damn video. Right before he sent it out, he said to Brian, I'm gonna send a video ending things with Ashley. And then Brian was talking about something else. And then he was like, did you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm going to send a video. It's ending things with Ashley. I said, all right, I'm sad. Let me see this video. I'm sorry, Ashley. No, not forgive it. He was like, I forgive you. I love you.
And I forgive myself.
Oh, I forgive myself.
I said,
yes.
That I'm not going to lie. I don't accept that. Don't you ever forgive yourself for something you did to me. Who gave you the right? Who gave you
permission to forgive yourself?
No, you cannot forgive yourself.
No, but I was like, that's how I know he's a... Why didn't you end it, baby? Weren't you so on like...
That man loved her down. I don't know, whatever love that he
but he was crazy because then he would write a poem for Natalie. He would go to Natalie.
I'm not gonna lie. When he wrote that poem for Natalie, I was like, this man don't want to be here. His face was not happy. He was not happy when he was reading that for her.
He might have not been happy, but why write it? Maybe because it's scripted or something.
Maybe it's because it's scripted, or also maybe just like a pride. I do think some men run a lot on pride, and definitely that's shown throughout this Temptation Island. That's like a lesson that was learned. Men are very, very prideful, and they will let their pride ruin their life. And I definitely think a lot of these people did that.
Yeah, and also like I have here Grant in caps. Grant saying if she is willing to put in that work. And he's been fighting for this for 1.5 years. Boy, you effed that girl 5 times already. What are you saying?
Bro, he was crazy. He literally effed that girl and he was like, I will marry Ashley.
Yes. He's crazy. Bro, that one was the funniest one in the bonfire where they all laughed. Because Ashley was like, hilarious. Why would you... What? He was like, but I'm going to marry her. I want to marry her.
Like, no, it was actually... hilarious.
Like he would. That's what I didn't understand about that man, because he would cry but then go to Natalie.
He doesn't know himself. He doesn't know what he wants. He's a manipulator. Yeah. He generally is a manipulator. He also he's such a good manipulator that he manipulates himself. Like he manipulates himself into thinking he wants something when he doesn't, until he thinks he's a good guy when he's not. Like, bro, I don't understand how he could keep saying to himself, I'm a good guy, when the first day you cheat. Maybe the second day, 48 hours, maybe, he cheated on her. And not only that, I'm really surprised he didn't cheat on her when they were in that kitchen, like, during the night vision. It definitely looked like they were going to. Yeah. He was really touching her, grabbing her, everything.
Yeah. I mean, he basically
If
my boyfriend grabbed another girl's ass, I'm done. He cheated on me.
If my boyfriend's on the wall with another girl like that, it's also done. He cheated on me.
Why?
Like, no, for real. Why? Like, bro.
No, he's insane. And then
I just don't understand, why can't they walk away? I wonder. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if they're in a situation like that, is it like a biological thing, or what is it?
I think it might be. Here, I have more about Grant. It's like I said, bro, Grant is actually insane, saying he's a good man, what you said, and he deserves to be loved, and she is the issue. He's crazy, and he said, I love you. She feels bad for talking about him, and I love you after he said he was going to call things off with her is insane. Oh, yeah. That was after the video. And then I said, bro, not gonna lie, Grant makes me the most mad. Like, terrible to watch her kissing someone else, but you were the first one to cheat. Hello, man.
Bro,
Grant is crazy.
and Natalie too. She was making me. I was like, no, I'm not gonna lie. All the Temptation girls kept making me mad. Kay made me mad in the sense that, girl, like, he has a girlfriend. I didn't like how she, for some reason, really quickly started to believe that, like, she was the girlfriend. Yeah. I was like, it literally rubbed me the wrong way because I love Taylor. I really wanted, like, the best for her. And each time I saw Tyler, made me so angry. Each time I saw him, he just made me so angry because it's like he loved her. It made me more mad than the other the people having, like, cheating on them or having sex or whatever. Tyler made me more mad. I'm not gonna lie.
But he did say he was falling in love with her. But,
and that's what made me also
mad. But
Taylor
did clock him, being like, "You've never been alone, and you have to be alone." And I think I agree with her. Like, what do you mean you were divorced? I mean, you were married. Didn't even have a chance to be divorced. Then you're over here with Taylor, and now with Kay.
Yeah.
And I hated the part where he was like, "Tay, I'm choosing Kay." I said, there's no reason you had to do that to her.
And I hate the way he kept saying Kay's name.
Yeah.
I hated her. I'm not, okay, that just, oh man, Freudian slip. I didn't like her. Y'all caught me. Y'all caught me, bro.
Take it out of me.
I didn't like her. I truly didn't like her.
I didn't like her either.
I felt so bad because I'm like, why don't I like her? And I don't like her because
that little face. I'm not gonna lie. Her little... Like, she would be like, oh, I had a feeling you were gonna choose me.
Oh my god, I hated when she said that. He's like, when Mark was like, oh, you know this coming. He's like, I had a feeling. I was like,
girl, bye.
You're so confident. 2.5 years. You think he's gonna you just assumed he was gonna choose you after 3 weeks.
And what he did. But the thing that's killing me is that, how do you guys think this relationship is gonna go if it started like this?
Yeah.
Like, every time, if you... There's not a two random girls video with this happening.
For real.
But I was gonna say, if a man cheats on the girl with you, what do you think is gonna happen?
Yeah.
They're always gonna cheat on you with like, it's just inevitable, you know?
Yeah, it's priming the relationship.
Yeah. And then the Temptation girl, Natalie, also got me mad because she was like saying she can't let herself go there if he doesn't close the doors with Ashley, right? Like, and falling in love, I guess. And I said, girl, you had sex with him 3 times. What do you mean? Now you want dignity? You're funny. No, but it pissed me off. Yeah. Like, for real, what are you trying to say now?
Yeah.
Now you want, like, I can't go there because you're in a relationship? He been in one since the first day and you were over here like, I hate that. Stand by it.
I agree. No, I'm not gonna lie. And I think it's one thing to be confident, but she made me so mad too, where she's like, I knew he was gonna come for me. All the boys always come for me anyways.
Yeah, she's like, I'm good for it. Like, I really know boys always chase me. And I'm like, with that stare?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. She wasn't my favorite.
No, she wasn't my favorite. I think the prettiest one, I'll say, it was Alexa.
I think so too.
She was gorgeous.
Alexis,
yeah, I
whatever
forgot
her name
name.
is. A Temptation girl with the eyes. She has beautiful eyes.
Beautiful. They're captivating.
No, very captivating.
I can't even blame Brian shit. If she was in my bathroom.
No, I'm not gonna lie. She's very beautiful.
Yeah, I don't even go that way. And I saw her on live yesterday.
She's still beautiful.
You know what? She answered my question. She's half Filipina and half Italian.
Oh, okay. I knew she was Asian.
And she said that she did say, because people were like, we heard you moaning. She was like, girl, that wasn't me. So I don't know if she meant to say that, like, they put audios in there or that was Courtney.
I'm definitely sure those slaps were Courtney.
Yeah. No, Courtney's...
No, that shit was crazy. I'm saying
Courtney
was
really
definitely
pretty
Courtney.
too.
Yeah, I like
her. But Alexa was also saying how she was like, yeah, they did me so dirty. I was looking so ugly, especially the days with no makeup. My lip filler, I'm getting it dissolved, so it was all crooked. And I was like, girl, how can you say that? You looked beautiful in every clip.
Every single clip.
Not one did I say, ooh, she looked bad.
Never.
Me neither.
It's so crazy how people see themselves.
But it's because somebody commented saying they did you so dirty. And she was like, I know they did. And I was like,
maybe they meant like dirty in a different sense in the show with the edit, maybe.
Yeah, but she took it as and she looked ugly, and I was like,
no way. If someone's calling her ugly, they're insane.
I want to see them.
Beautiful. Like, honestly, each time she was on my screen, I couldn't take my eyes away from her. That girl is so pretty.
And another thing, I guess this brings up, because she was saying a lot of people are mad at her, and then I commented because of what
Brian did?
Yeah, and I commented, people, this is where I gotta stand up. People are always mad at the wrong person. What are the Temptation girls there to do? Tempt, right? Is it her fault? Did she have a gun to that man's head being like, right now? No, she didn't, guys. Newsflash, she didn't. Don't be mad at her and Courtney if that guy's a piece of... That's all I gotta say. You guys as society are always mad at the girl that he cheats on the person with, but never the guy that did it. Who puts it sex? It's just an anatomy. What did I say? Anatomy. Who puts what in the hole? Thank you. Like,
you're funny.
Like, that's all I gotta say.
No, I agree. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't mad at them, like the girls. The only girl I was mad at was Kate.
Yeah.
I just think that she just for some reason took it for something that it was not. They knew what they were there for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They said, "Oh, Brian's playing or whatever," but we know what he blah blah blah. Blah. You know what I mean?
Like,
Kate,
Alexa knew. She said this is just an F.
Yeah, exactly.
Courtney also. She wasn't hurt. Like, she was like, whatever.
They weren't hurt at all. Like, they were really clear about it. But Kate, she definitely was like, I'm falling in love with him. It's been like 2 days. Oh, I miss him so much. Da da da. This da da. Like,
Natalie also, when he took the body shot, he was like, he was like, your turn. She was like, no, it's not my turn. But I'll admit, I'm not gonna lie though. If I was them, I think it's different because Brian wasn't doing that exclusivity with just them. You know, they were the ones that plotted this and went in there. I still don't judge them. Like, whatever, he's the one that chose to do it.
Yeah.
But with Natalie and Kay, they were exclusively getting attention.
Yeah.
So even though I want to get mad at them, I can't, because I'm like, if it was me, I would too think like
I just don't like them.
For me.
That's right. Yeah. I just don't like them as people.
So as humans.
I mean, like, but don't take my word for it. I'm pretty sure that your family likes you, but
yeah,
like, don't be hurt. But
yeah.
And, I was also gonna say too, like, for Brian, like what you were saying about like those two girls or whatever, the man. I was just thinking, honestly, like, if my boyfriend were to walk into a bathroom and there's two beautiful naked girls there, I would expect him to scream. Like, that's what I would expect him to scream. I would expect him to scream, get the F out of here. Yeah. Who let you in here?
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't expect him to be like, oh shoot, I like to watch first. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I need you to scream, horror level screaming. Like, be so terrified, petrified that those girls run out there in shame. That's what I need. Like,
yeah, I think that's what he didn't provide at all.
He said,
yeah,
rubbed his hands like Birdman.
Yeah, he said it's time to plot for real.
No, for real. And I was always wondering what he was doing at that door, because before he went in, he was half in that door, like looking at the camera, kind of, just for like
I think he was like, should I do this? And then he said, yeah, I'm gonna do it.
So I'm saying, I
he
really
literally looked like this.
He was half in, half out. I do think that men just turn their brains off, like, in order to do some of these things. I do think so. Like, I feel like their brain cannot be on. But honestly, though, sometimes I do hear, like, men, when I'm hearing, like, male podcasts, they're like, oh, that's sexy. When they're like, oh, I have a girlfriend, her best friend wants to have sex with me, and we had sex. And they're like, oh, like, that's hot. Like, ooh, this, like, the forbiddenness.
Yeah.
They're like, they're into that. So then that's also like, I don't know, maybe they do have a brain, they're just evil.
I think they just are evil, for real.
Yeah, I tried to help y'all.
Yeah, but I think sadly they just are evil, and they really have a brain with their dick, for real.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. I also was gonna say about him, I think this is my last note about him. I have more about Shontae, but I was gonna say, not gonna lie, boo hoo 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 about his sad story. I mean, not trying to say anything like, not trying to like diminish. What is that word?
Yeah, it was diminish.
Yeah, diminish his feelings, but also I'm like, you're not about to sit in front of me. If you're my man, you're not about to sit in front of me and tell me your sad story again, and for me to be like, oh, he cheated on me because of a sad story. Yeah. Take that somewhere else. Truthfully, I already know it. I'm out of here.
Because you did not have a threesome and cheat on me because you were in the foster care system. Like,
because no, not at all.
No, it's not what happened. Like, it's really sad what happened to him. Like, I agree. Like, but that's not the reason you cheated on me.
Yeah, like and that does not mean you could cheat just because you got a sad story.
Yeah, it's like
he was like abused and abused. You know how many people get abused?
Yeah,
and they still try to be a better man, a better woman. Sorry, he made me so mad because he had said that story twice.
3 times.
Really. Yeah, it would have been nice and beautiful if you didn't do nothing. Then I would have been like,
because it really didn't even seem like, it really just seemed like an excuse, like to accept me.
Yeah, because he was like, people always leave me. I would too if you did that to me. But what? Shontae stayed because she felt bad. She made me mad, bro.
No, I think was she old? How old was she? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
If she was like 36, because I know some of the men were 36. If she was 36, then I would say I would understand why she stayed with him. She stayed with him because she thought, I'm getting old. I want to have children. I want to get married. But if she's a young woman, like 25, 27.
Even if she's old, stand up, bro.
I don't like accept it. I'm not like encouraging it. I'm just saying it would be more understandable because she's like
30. Well, 29.
Honestly, it really could still be the same thing. Honestly,
and he's 26. But for her,
she's crazy then. She's even crazier that he's younger than her.
She's crazy. And I was going to say for her, I loved how the guys were clocking her when the moon party, because she put I love Brian. She drew that. And they were like, but didn't she just see her man in the bathroom with someone else? At this point, it wasn't the threesome. It was just him and Alexa like in the bathroom. Like flirting it up. I too was like, you think if I saw my man, I'm going to put I love my man? I'd be fucking another man at that point if I saw what like, you're dead to me.
Yeah.
If I even saw what he was doing with Alexa in the bathroom, he wasn't even doing nothing for real. But if I saw that, I'd be doing that and worse.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna still be putting I love my man. That girl is stupid.
No, you're right. She's stupid. And there's no nicer way to say it. There is no better term to describe her.
Yeah.
It's stupidity.
Yeah, it's stupidity. And out of all the boys, this is why I think I like Lino so much, because when they played the Shontae video, all the boys were like just making faces, and Lino felt bad. He was like, oh, like his face was like, I feel so bad for this girl when they played.
Really? I thought they all felt, when I saw them all feeling bad for her.
Well, he felt bad. Graham making me mad, feeling bad, and Brian saying still he doesn't regret it after seeing her cry. He know that girl won't care, bro. Oh, and Grant was making me, okay, he did feel bad too, also Grant.
Yeah.
But he was making me mad because I'm like, how you feel bad for her, but you did the same thing. Like, maybe not a threesome, but you still fucked another girl. But you don't feel bad about your girlfriend?
Yeah. I think also what about Shontae too was that she said this to herself. She is one of those women who pride themselves, who think that this is the only way they can keep a man. Like, by like being what's it called? Because she literally said, you don't understand how many times the other boy said, I wish I had a girl. I'm telling you, it's not a compliment.
And she kept saying, he's not a bad person.
Yeah.
Wake up. Sorry, guys, the camera died. But, yeah, we were talking about Shontae being stupid. I also thought she was stupid because Hasim was talking to her and he was telling her what to do on the last day. And he was like, you have the opportunity to drop the mic. And she was like, I don't know what to do. You're a weirdo. The answer was right there. Hasim was telling you the answer, but he couldn't be more clear.
She didn't want any, and also everyone had to really walk around eggshells around her because for some reason, she would not allow anyone to point out the obvious.
Yeah.
Even if you want to stay with that man, you could at least admit that he dogged you. Mm-hmm. She didn't even want to like acknowledge the fact that he dogged her.
Yeah, at all. And then here are like some random things. We're going to try to go quickly because we've been a little bit over time. One of them was Nicky, the girl that Lino invited to the wedding rings. Yeah. I know she was not happy to be there.
She literally looks so like.
I was like, she seemed like mad the whole time. Maybe not jealous I put jealous, but I don't think jealous is a word. But I think she was just like,
bro, why are you choosing?
I don't want to do this with you. I don't even know you guys. And then she was like, I hope she's your first love and your last love. But she, like, her face, I'm like, it had to be. Oh, and Alexis on her live did say it was partially unscripted. So
it was partially scripted, you said?
Yeah, like that's basically what she was saying. So I'm like, I think that was a script because that girl was not happy to be there. She did not care. Like, I don't think she cared at all.
Who even was she?
Nobody. We never saw that girl. We never saw that girl until like the last 2 episodes.
It was mad girls we never saw, bro.
We never saw.
I'm like, bro, who is this?
A lot of them, I was like, wow, did this girl not? But also, I'm like, maybe they didn't choose the girls.
But what
accurate to this video?
Do I did want to know, like, when if the boys already, like, they coupled up basically, like, really quickly. So what did those other girls do? Because
I think they were just there talking to them as friends. But also, like, that's what I'm saying. They needed more girls like Alexa and Courtney.
Yeah.
And Natalie and Kay. But maybe it was just nobody was there for Lino. But I think the other girls were just shy too. Like, I'm not gonna lie. If I was there, I would have been Reba.
That's what I'm saying.
I would have been Reba. I would have been like talking to everyone nice, but I wouldn't be ass in the face.
Yeah.
Boobs in your face. I don't even got enough to begin with. Like, I don't know. And I don't think nice girls are supposed to be the temptation girls.
That's what I'm saying. They on the wrong show.
That's what I'm saying.
Why would you apply for Temptation Island if you're not gonna be a temptress? Don't hide in the corner.
That's why I think it was only a select few that were actually tempting. Like, Mia was tempting in the beginning, but then she over here like, she wanted a boyfriend. That girl wanted a man.
You're right. She
said, choose me.
She wanted a husband. She wanted a husband. No, Kate also. I'm like, how the heck you come here to steal somebody's boyfriend and make them your husband? She's like, I want a husband. I'm ready. I'm like, these girls are crazy.
Yeah, these girls, I don't know what they signed up for.
I really don't know.
I was going to say, Taylor ate him up with the he's never been alone. Oh, but I did want to ask, like, she kept saying, like, she was mad that he didn't have a job. But honestly, if he got the money, that's what I was thinking.
If he had the money, I don't think she would be complaining that he didn't have a job.
But he kept saying he provided. He was like, I had the funds. Like, you just wanted me in this specific path, and I didn't want to take that path. So that's why I'm like...
But she's also the one that says, it's my house, I pay the bills. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't think he gave that he...
Okay, then I agree with her.
He even said, you want a provider. That's what I was like. He said, you want a provider, and I'm not that.
Oh, he's stupid. I don't remember.
In the ending. I was like, bro, this girl got away
Thank God
really easy.
Thank God, bro.
Because, like, I don't know. I feel like your early 20s. I'm trying to pick my words like really like well, because I don't want people to think that like it's like too late for you. Like if you want to change your path like later in life, that it's like you shouldn't. Like you should just stick to what like the paved path is. But I do think there is...
I think what you're trying to say is that you should be with someone that aligns with your pathway.
Yeah, at the very least.
Yeah, I think Taylor's pathway was the more traditional route, right? And he was the more now generation or like a new route, right?
Yeah.
She wanted someone like him, and I think that's why he kept saying, I can't fit in her mold. I keep trying to fit in her mold. And I do think like he did her dirty, but I think at the same time they just weren't meant to be.
Because I'm not gonna lie, Tyler, I kept saying I didn't hate Kate. She wasn't my favorite girl, but that man looked very, very happy with her. He definitely, I kept on thinking he talked like a robot. Like he didn't see every single place outside of Kay without Kay. He didn't seem like he had any personality. He had the personality of a drywall.
Yeah.
Like he really seemed like he just talked like that. Like
Oh, you really impersonated him.
Thank you. Like, yeah, and even when he was with Taylor, the first time I saw him, I was like, who is this man?
Yeah.
I was like, this doesn't seem like an interesting guy.
And I agree. Like, I feel like he really was very monotone.
Monotone,
yeah. But I do think Kay brought something out of him.
I do agree.
I don't think I judge him. Like, I put here, he was one of my fave guys. If not, like, Lena was my number 1, I think, but he was my number 2 because I really did respect him because he was the only boy that was not a hypocrite about what he did. He was the only boy that was not a hypocrite. And so that's why he was my favorite one, because he didn't really get mad at Taylor kissing Mr. Ye. And my last note is that this show really shows you that men are capable what men are capable of, and how delusional they are. Because Grant crying for Ashley choosing a new connection when he chose to go leave alone, and him crying over her choosing Danny, it just really showed me how men do not care about girls' feelings, or maybe they do care, but they think they could just walk all over you and nothing will be of consequences. Like, they are so delusional in their own brain that they're like, I did this, but she'll still forgive me. And I, in my head, did nothing wrong, and they think that means they did nothing wrong. And it makes me so mad.
Yeah, it makes me really mad too. And what makes me more mad is just that I feel like they just don't stand on anything. I would honestly respect men more if they cheated on their girlfriends and their girlfriends cheated on them, and they were like, shit, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I deserved it. Yeah. I mean, it's my fault. But I hate that they lose their minds. They go insane whenever you do them like they do you. And I don't respect that at all.
And not even. Ashley just gave that man a kiss and he's over here crying. Yeah. When you literally effed that girl already like 5 times.
Yeah. It's actually insane. Saying? They cannot take what they dish.
At all. Yeah. At all. And I liked Danny, but I will say, this is my last note, sorry guys. I liked Danny, but I didn't like him when they went to the Temptation Haven and she was like, I wanted you to carry me, and he said next time, and didn't even carry her. Like, at that very moment, I would have been like, actually, never mind, Logan.
No, I did think that too, because I'm like, you guys didn't even make it inside yet. You unzipping the tent. Like, I didn't get why he didn't just pick her up.
And I thought it was gonna be so romantic if he would have.
And the fact that I saw Grant pick Natalie up and brought her inside the thingy, did he see that? No, he didn't see them saying that. I just said, wow, very telling about like the type of relationship that
they were.
Yeah, or at least that she thinks that she wants. Yeah.
He probably did do that to her all the time, so she was probably like, and just for me, if you're trying to already win me over and I'm saying something and you're not doing it, what is the next 5 years gonna look like?
Yeah, I'm surprised she left with him.
Yeah, I'm surprised too. I'm not gonna lie, Logan was the cutest one, but maybe Logan was just like, I get he was like chill and funnier, but I thought honestly that would have turned me off immediately. What do you mean you're not gonna carry me? Yeah, but
all right, guys. We hope you like this episode. Let us know your thoughts if you watch Temptation Island. Also, let us know if there's any other shows that we should watch and that you would like to hear our takes on. But yeah, that's it for now. Don't forget to like,
comment,
subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Two Random Girls. Bye.